thank you to everyone that's here tonight, coming on this horrible wet night, and wet windy night, and thanks to Storm Hermione. There you go. Anyway, so meeting the 27th of January, and eyes down looking for hopefully a very quick meeting. So, Darcy, have you got any apologies for absence?
Yes, Councillor Birch and Councillor Mrs Coppins this evening.
Okay, thank you. And does anyone have any members' interest they would like to declare now or later on during the meeting?
No.
Item number 3, to receive and confirm the minutes of the planning meeting held on the 23rd of December as a true and correct record. I will propose them as a true and correct record.
And I will second them on the grounds there were only two of us actually at that meeting. Birch, Flossard and Wilson.
Oh.
So
Were you call at that meeting?
we were,
Dale's there as well. Yeah.
yes. Just mathematics.
I'll sign those in a minute, Darcy.
Perfect.
Right,
We're
moving
going to
on.
vote on those.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
good point.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
No, I've got to say. All those in favour?
I wasn't there, so I don't know what.
That's all right.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's all fine.
Perfect.
It's a fun part.
Sorry, Ben. That's yours. That's yours. Right. Item number 4. PA 2400704. 1 Hone Hill.
Front garage extension and converting the garage. I was interested. I looked at the interpretation of garage. You see how long and thin it is there. It's the house a motor vehicle.
That's all I've got for it.
Perhaps they're all minis.
That would, yeah. I don't know whether an electric bike or something like that might. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a
there
point.
was-
Yeah, that's a point.
Yeah, there's no parking on the plan, or there's no parking plan. But actually doing street view, there would be enough space in the front of the garden for, the required number of car parking spaces to move the hedge.
Yorkway, Home Hill. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah. There used to be an SRA distributor of mine, and I think they went into one of them passed away and the other one went into long-term care. It's unusual, it's got a very steep.
Yeah, I looked at it on street view.
It does, it's unusually steep.
Yeah.
And it is literally just on just a little bit away from the
Yeah.
corner. The thing is, obviously, there is ample parking, though, I think, in front of the
I
garage.
mean, it's not shown on the plan, but there is adequate.
Fortunately, of course, it's far enough away from Nightingale Gardens and the dental practice, which is the problem we've got much further down, as you know,
Yeah.
which we've discussed in the past, the problems of
The
people not being
congestion
there.
there, yeah.
So, it's, well, Chair, I'll leave the chairman to.
Oh, thank you very much. So, all those in
I
favour?
need a first and a seconder.
Yes,
Need a
Seconder,
proposer
Ms
and a...
Brossard, thank you.
yes.
Considered no objection. Planning list 00768, 2 Grove Farm Cottages, Lower Sandhurst Road.
That was, to vary the condition.
This has got a long history though, this
Yeah,
particular one.
yeah,
I
but
think
that
they've
was-
made so many alterations over the years. Each one's been fairly modest.
Yeah, this was vary the condition on window sizes, roof height and width.
Are there any, I wasn't aware of any objections from number
No,
one.
and I think from where it is located, it's not going to make any difference.
You remember, it is very, very isolated.
Yeah,
right at
that's
the
what I'm
top end.
saying, because it's so isolated.
Yes.
I didn't have a problem with that.
So Hazel, I will
I
propose
believe
it.
there's a
I'll
window
second it.
sizes, roof height and width of extension.
All those in favour? Consider no objection. And planning application 00769, 2 greenways.
A side rear extension and, oh, I've got that there. I've got first floor.
In fact, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it might be worth mentioning, I don't know if Darcy can confirm this, that it's already been approved by
Yeah.
Bracknell
Oh,
First
yeah, it's
Council.
granted, it's always granted.
It's
Oh,
already
yeah.
been granted,
Yeah,
Chairman,
that's it,
so
I've got an arrow.
it's,
Yeah.
I mean, those houses, to be fair, the long down Lodge Estate, there are a few bungalows left. One wonders how long before
Yeah,
they
it
get
follows the
them on
pattern of the others.
Yeah.
50-year-old bungalows with metal windows. It's so, it's a, we can vote on it, but it's all, the
It's
decision's been
academic,
taken.
really.
Yeah.
I thought it had been approved.
Yeah, I saw the
That's
arrow.
fine, I can
Yeah.
just put that as an observation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And moving on to agenda item number 5, planning application 00782, 25 High Street.
First floor side extension and garage and a 1.8 metre high gate. Now, I looked at this one again, sorry, taking the lead here. The gate is inset into the, if you look at the plans. Sorry, I'm jumping in. Yeah, the gate is inset in. If you look at the existing hedge there where you are, Michael.
It has to be, it's actually a very
Yeah,
narrow
because-
driveway.
Yeah,
Um,
the gate has to be inset in, so that
That
we're
would be,
not on the road
great minds
when
think
you
alike.
went in. Yeah, otherwise it wouldn't get through.
I think
planning.
also the gates have to close inwards,
Yes,
and there has to be at least 1 car length before they get to the gates.
correct.
In order not to cause a backing of
In the
cars
high street, yeah.
in the high
in the high
street, which
street,
is a
it's the
very
case.
busy, so does it show here where the gates are?
Says
It's not
high-
that height.
high gate.
Oh, sorry.
Does it show the actual position of the gates?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I think it does. There's a line, isn't there, down
Sorry,
here?
let me go back. I've lost it.
5 metres
There.
on the pathway.
That's there.
Yeah, so it's-
Proposed from 5 metres from Brennan. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the only stipulation whether we feel it would be appropriate is for the gates to close inwards
Which is what I think the plan shows.
as opposed to the gates coming
Yes,
outwards.
they go in. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because when you're exiting, it's fine for the gates to come inwards because you wait until they're open.
Mm.
But when you're driving in, if there were 2 cars,
Mm.
potentially,
Mm.
and a car could be, say, 4 metres, that doesn't
Oh,
leave
yeah.
a lot of margin. Therefore, I think it would be helpful for for us to stipulate, if you agree, Chairman, for the gates to close inwards or open and close inwards.
I think that's a reasonable request.
Hmm.
And I'm sure they would comply.
The
with it.
highways would probably pick that up anyway.
Yeah.
but
I
think-
know the planning officer involved will pick that up,
Oh, right.
if it's who I think it is.
Insider information.
I will propose CNO on that one.
Well, that's why I don't have any problems with it. I'll be quite happy to
Hazel,
that.
second. All those in favour? Right.
Shall we start again?
Yeah, well, I'm going to, no, I don't think I'll beat my record of 8 minutes, but never mind.
Right, it's actually 9 minutes, so
All right, okay, so item number 6, no planning applications. Item number 7, no planning applications. Michael, do you have an update on the neighbourhood plan for you?
yes, in fact, it's actually very good progress on the neighbourhood plan. We've met with Yateley last week because their neighbourhood plan was approved 2 years ago. And We've also met with St Michael's Church, the pastoral centre. We went there last Thursday, because obviously they have an interest in terms of parking constraints. And the suggestion was made by Ian Booker, who is the lead, shall we say, on the plan, is that although the land opposite the church, there is an area of land that's been taken out of the local plan, it could one day in the future be brought back in. If that was to be the case, then we would make a condition that an area of that land should be set aside for parking for the church. Because the big problem apparently with the church, I hadn't realised, is that weddings are fine because they're generally at weekends and they can use the school car parking area that's available to them. The big problem is when they have funerals during the week. And it's been a particular problem with travellers who have a funeral because they tend to come up in very large vehicles and lots of them. So it's an issue, it's something that will be looked at for the future. But in terms of the neighbourhood plan, we've completed the consultation process. We've had over 600 responses, which actually, although in theory that 7% doesn't seem to be very high, statistically that's actually a good return. Yateley told us their figure was 5%. What we are going to do, there are two things that we're going to do. One of them is there's going to be a presentation to councillors. I think it's the 27th of February, but don't quote me on that.
You're
where
right.
basically
It is
Ian Booker will invite the councillors to be aware of the progress that we've made. Before that, he will send out a pack. And the idea is that the councillors who can attend will read it. Those who can't attend will ask questions, and then Ian can come back to them with answers. So that will be that. The other thing that has been quite disappointing has been the level of response from businesses. We've delivered, and I've delivered to Vulcan Way, Swan Lane, and also the very large industrial estate a little bit further going towards Hampshire. There's an estate business estate on the right-hand side. As I discovered to my cost, having parked in Vulcan Way, that it's about half a mile before you actually get to the units. But so we've delivered physically through the letterboxes something like 60 business questionnaires. The business questionnaire is different from the resident one because it obviously wants to find out about what they like, what they don't like, how they see the future of businesses. What we are going to do, we're also going to have a business forum taking place here in the Kitty Donaldson room, probably at 6 o'clock in March, in the hope that we can actually get the businesses to come in and get some physical feedback from them. Because I think the problem with questionnaires is business people being very busy, and you think people like Tony King, for instance, they'll put it to one side and they will find it difficult to find the time to do it. Whereas if you bring them along at 6 o'clock and they meet with fellow business owners, then I think there'll be a better exchange of views. What we have to do, though, the important thing in all this process with the neighbourhood plan is we need, even if only 2 business people turn up, we can demonstrate to the inspector that we have made every effort to engage with them. If they choose not to come, that's their prerogative.
I'm just thinking, is there some incentive for them to come along, like we're serving a light buffet, teas and coffees and a light buffet, or...
We can't serve it in here because, you know, we can't have
but I'm just thinking, is there some incentive for them?
Well, there's budget available, as you know, for the neighbourhood plan. Yes, obviously we could put on
I'm just
refreshments.
thinking, it's an idea.
Has anything gone out yet, Michael, on that?
No, because it's middle of March.
Taking Hazel's suggestion one step further, you could say it's a networking meeting which businesses will attend to discuss the neighbourhood plan.
Okay.
I think it's worth mentioning a
Networking is a good
networking
word.
meeting,
Yeah. Networking buffet.
because I'm unaware of anything that happens in Sandhurst regarding networking.
It's what we don't have, unlike, I understand the point you made. I don't think there's a consortium of business people. They don't have a group. in other words.
But if you angle it towards networking,
Yeah, that's
so that you have, I don't know, you have a bit of networking while they're having a cup of tea or whatever, then you start the formal presentation, and then you can have a bit of chit chat afterwards.
Yes, I support that view. I think that's that's a good idea, because I know in your business activity, that's how you've actually done it.
Yeah, and I know businesses in Sandhurst do travel to
Well,
other towns
when,
locally
When
to
I
live
used
with.
to go to my meeting, sometimes there was the meeting, but actually you pick something up during the coffee that was more important than the meeting.
Mm.
You know, it's just
Yes.
sometimes a
We're trying to
conversation.
really, I think what we're trying to do is to get some feedback from businesses in order that we can then incorporate it within the overall package that's going to be presented to, as you know, the It then goes to Bracknell. Bracknell then hopefully will say, we're happy with that. We're
Yeah,
happy with
and
that.
don't
It then goes to the inspector, and then of course the final stage is the referendum.
Yeah.
So there's still quite a lot of work to be done, but the attraction, of course, all along, as we know, is the benefit of the extra SIL money. So Ian, I have to say, Ian Booker's done a huge amount of work on it, and you know he's really brought it all together. So we've got a nice steering group. Mike Butcher's on it, myself, Gail, Sylvia Trevis, and Ashley.
Yeah.
So we'll get, and Ashley, I think, is very good from a business point of view.
Yeah.
But he's only one person. So the networking theme, I think, it's mid-March.
Yeah.
There's no point issuing the letter now because it will be overlooked. So it's something that we do need to
Do
follow
you
up.
want it as a letter or do you want it as an invitation card with me?
I would go with that
Okay. Yep.
and send it out after February the 14th. No,
On
on
14th of
Oh, I
February.
don't know, it's the middle of the month.
some businesses locally will be focused on
Yes.
Valentine's. Once you've got that out of the way,
It's Mother's
they
Day.
can look at other things.
It's your right.
Well, that's, you know, it's being a local businessman and my retailing and my marketing experience.
Yeah, well, that's why I would do it on an invitation
Okay.
card.
Yep. Fine. Yes. No. No. I'm happy with the ideas. You know, this is feedback that we will receive that we will take
Yeah.
forward. We do want to try and encourage as many businesses as possible to come because there are
Yeah,
an
but
awful lot
it's
of
all
people-
about using our background and skills to support.
Because don't forget, the businesses go Little Sandhurst, Central Sandhurst, Owlsmore and College Town.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think that the multinationals like Tesco Express, Greggs, Aldi will necessarily come because they're a corporate
Well,
ones.
We can invite them. If
I-
they want
I
to
mean,
come along,
the-
that's
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. But we're looking really at medium-sized businesses,
The little, like
Yeah,
Tony King.
Tony King onwards.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll also be inviting the charity shops.
Why not?
No reason why not.
Well, there was
In
still
fact, what
business.
came out of the strategy and policy meeting is the proposal was 7 o'clock, but the suggestion was, I think Lee made the recommendation, did you as well?
I made
That it
it.
should be 6 o'clock. And I think that's a
On the
good
way
point.
home.
Yes,
Yeah.
6
Oh, yeah, because we really want them ideally to go from work
Yes.
to come to the,
Yeah.
to come to
Because once
to the
they've had dinner, they
networking.
won't want to come
Oh,
out.
that's
Otherwise,
the
if they
thing,
go
they
home,
might
there's
not
something
live
on
in that.
television.
And that's the point that I made as well.
Mm.
6 o'clock.
Yes, that was fine. Ian's taken that point forward, so the letter will incorporate the invitation, 6 o'clock, the emphasis on networking. I think that, you know, if no one turns up, we made the effort. But at least we can demonstrate to the inspector the
Yeah,
effort that
well,
we have made to engage.
We could actually personally give them to them, couldn't we?
So give,
Give them the invitation card.
well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Think
don't mind
Palm
helping
will
them.
come.
Sorry?
Do you think Palm will come?
Well, it's a local business,
Yeah,
shouldn't they?
yes.
Should be here
Well,
with me.
he had the questionnaire, because I think I delivered it.
Okay.
So, no, I'm happy with that. Okay then. So, Chairman,
Thank you.
over to
Mike.
you.
Right, so that's our update on the Neighbourhood Plan. Item number 9, next meeting is the 24th of February, and I declare this meeting closed.
Thank you, Chairman.
I didn't need the Bible after all.
Oh, it's not bad, 17 minutes.
And
Very
next,
good.